Welcome back, everyone. This is Style Tips for the Everyday Guy. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
And first of all, I want to say if you're looking for an outfit to wear this St. Valentine's Day, you got a hot date, that's awesome. Go to Cladwell.com and you can get your free personal roadmap to dress better.
Or if you're a woman watching this,
Yeah.
if you want your man to be styled better,
That's great.
go to Cladwell.com. You can get a free personal roadmap, full outfit, free recommendations. He'll look great.
Yeah, it's all there. Please do it. But today we are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the best way to love the one you're with. So here at Cladwell, we match the right clothes to a guy based on who he is. We want him to dress authentically.
Yes.
And we think that's something you should consider when you're giving a gift, giving the right gift to the one you're with.
Yeah, so the same concept here is we want to match, like we match someone's personality, their style personality with the clothes. You can do that actually with how you love someone. And so this Valentine's Day, instead of giving you just a list of 50 different unique date ideas, we actually want to show you the best way to love that person in your life this Valentine's Day.
And what is the best way to do that? How will we do that?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Chris. There's this thing called, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages.
Cool.
Okay, it was a book written by Dr. Gary Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great book. The title is The 5 Love Languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts. That is great. That's a great title.
That is a great title.
He's been married 45 plus years. He knows a thing or two about love.
That's awesome. So what are the 5 love languages?
Okay, so there's 5 languages. It's really simple. The big idea is that all of us, every single human on earth, has a primary language that we receive love.
Cool.
And we often give that love the same way. So those languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Cool. So I've got these 5 love languages. How do I know which one I am and which one my partner is?
Yeah. So we'll dive into a little bit of what each one of these means. The best way to know what your love language is it's most often going to be the language that you give to other people the most.
Okay.
So let's say yours is words of affirmation. You're often going to be speaking compliments to other people, affirming them, lifting them up, things like that. If it's quality time, you're always wanting to spend time with people. You're setting up dates, that kind of thing. Another way to figure out what your language is you just kind of recognize what are the things you're asking for the most. In your
Or
life.
complaining
Or
about.
complaining about.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I really just need this.
Right.
Or you're asking your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever, significant other, I'm not getting enough of this in my life to the complaining thing. But you're feeling this deficit of that thing.
Yeah.
And so that's a good way to determine what it is for you.
And what if you still can't figure it out?
So if you still can't, the best way is just process of elimination. So you look at these 5 things and you just kind of go, okay, I don't need physical touch, or if somebody gives me an actual gift, I could care less. And so you can kind of work your way up the list to find out what is your top 2 or 3, and then probably determine down to your top love language.
That's a good idea. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got the 5 love languages. I think I know how to find out what mine is and what my partner's is. Now, what are some ideas? We've got words of affirmation is the first one.
Yes.
What are some ideas for that?
Yeah. So Valentine's Day is a great holiday. So we're breaking the mold a little bit. So if the person who is in your life is words of affirmation, there's a lot of great ways to do this. We'll go from kind of maybe worst to best. The worst might be like text message. I love you. I think you're great.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. In fact, I have a standard message that I say to my wife constantly. It says, I love you. You're beautiful. Yeah, and that really, cool. Words of affirmation is really big for her. So it goes a long way.
That's
Next
cool.
step up from text message might be a handwritten letter or note. Shows that you took a little time, little thought, and handwritten in this world of computers, really stands out a long way. But better than that is going to be actually speaking the things out loud. Like, write down a list of the 5 things you love about them most. Sit them down and just say those things to that person. And
face to face. That sounds awesome.
If that's how they receive love, they're just going to feel so loved by you in that way.
That's awesome.
And just one other thing beyond just Valentine's Day. So just to do this year round, if you notice this, make small wins with this. So acknowledge when that person is doing something good and say, "Man, that meal was so great. You did this so well. You knocked that thing out of the park." To a person whose love language is words of affirmation, it's going to really fill them up.
Man, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, so that's words of affirmation.
Yep.
We've got next is acts of service.
Yeah, acts of service. So this is my dad, 100%. But if I go over to his house, he's just kind of like changing my oil in my car and all these things. But if you're an acts of service person, you could kind of care less about words maybe or a gift itself.
Yeah.
What you would really love is the toilet to be cleaned.
That
right?
sounds great.
Or like, please just do the dishes.
Yeah.
Or vacuum out my car. That would be amazing.
That sounds awesome.
Or mow the lawn. You know, like this person, they love stuff to actually be done. And so a great way to love this person on Valentine's Day is find the thing that's been maybe on their list for a while that they haven't been able to get to. Or, another thing is the thing that they really dislike doing. Like folding laundry or like whatever it is, these small things, but it's a great way to love that person. If you can surprise them and do that thing for them, they're going to love it. They're going to feel great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we have...
Is that you?
Well, no, we'll save that for later.
Okay.
Next we have actually receiving gifts, physical
Yes.
gifts, right?
Yeah, so Valentine's Day is perfect for this. The stores are flooded with Valentine's gifts. There's the radio, there's advertisements to buy flowers for people. So flowers, chocolates, teddy bears, cards. There's no shortage of gifts for Valentine's Day.
Sure.
And I think, again, this is where the mistake a lot of people run into on Valentine's Day is like if someone's love language is not receiving gifts
and
you're just doing this thing. Jewelry's not bad, but like jewelry,
it's hard to go
flowers,
wrong.
but they're like, I don't
It doesn't mean
receive
as
love
much,
that
right?
way.
Yeah.
I would much rather just spend time with you or
Right.
whatever. So just think, but if they do love gifts, do that thing or get them another great thing this time of year where it's colder maybe is like a spa treatment or massage or mani-pedi. All those things are great.
That's cool.
Oh, and one other thing on gifts, real quick. If you can do this, you're going to knock it out of the park, which is if you can, and we're coming out of the Christmas season, and so there's a lot of gift giving there. But if you can kind of think, maybe that person didn't get something for Christmas that they really wanted.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Or
Cool.
those things that they kind of subtly mention throughout the year, if you can tuck those away, write them down, make a note of it, and then you give a person whose love language is receiving gifts that thing, and they're like, how did you remember? How did you know? They're just going to explode with like love. Their love tank is going to be full to the brim. They're going to feel really good.
That sounds awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay, so next we've got quality time.
Yeah. So what this person really wants is your undivided attention. And there's a way to spend time with people where you're not actually giving them that. A good example of this might actually be going out to a movie with them.
Yeah.
And there's some good time maybe on the front end and the back end. There's a shared experience there. But during the movie itself, you're not like really connecting deeply with that person. Whereas, and Valentine's Day sets up well for this, dinner's perfect, right? Go out, nice dinner, spend a long time sitting down, talking, telling the person what you love, listening. Listening is probably better than talking.
Shut up.
Another thing my wife and I do a lot is we love to travel. So just going on a road trip, right?
Cool,
Going on a drive, it's a great, for a person who's quality time, and this is my wife, she's number one quality time. So every time we travel, she's like, yes, because we actually get to talk through the things that have kind of been pushed aside over the last few months or whatever.
That's awesome. Okay, so lastly,
a
lot of people's favorite out there, physical touch.
Our personal favorite, Well, physical touch, you might think of only one thing.
Right, it's not just sex.
It's not just sex.
Yeah.
Sex is included in physical touch, there's no doubt. But this person is pretty easy to identify because they're the ones, like when they talk to you, like, oh man, it's so good to see you. They're giving you hugs, they're patting you. So you kind of know, like, they just need that connection, that physical connection. So it could be hugs, pats, handshakes, massages.
That's cool.
So
a lot of different things.
Holding hands, a lot of different things.
Cool.
So think about that for that person and go out of your way. Maybe some cuddle time by a fire.
Oh man, how great does that sound? That sounds awesome.
Great.
Cool. Okay, well, just to recap, there are 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So we're going to encourage you here at Cladwell to go out, find out the one you're with, find out what his or her love language is, and do that this St. Valentine's Day. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.